It's a lot of lonely evenings. I was here 2 weeks ago for my first night, and had the opportunity to watch the video over the last 2 weeks and beat myself up every night for what I did. And it took about a week, and I asked my wife, I said, why don't you watch the video and tell me what you think? So she watched it, and she sat there for 25-30 minutes and doesn't say a word. And I said, so what do you think? What do you think about what I did? And she said, I see this shit all the time. It's not funny to me when you're doing it on a stage. She said, but look at the bright side. At least you got 20 hits on YouTube. I said, yeah, but 18 of them were myself. I wasn't here last week because it was back to school night. And I did the good parental thing, and I went and sat and listened to the teachers and did the fatherly thing and asked questions, and reading programs and everything. Which brings me to a point of, in the last week I've been very pissed off, and I'll explain to you why. On September 12th, there was a study published by Emory University. This study of 70 males in the age of 55 to 70. 5 were Asian, 15 African American, and the rest were Caucasian, was directly linking the size of a man's testicles to their ability to be a father. Now, for the last 13 years, I think I've been a pretty good goddamn father. The back to school nights, the dance recitals, soccer tournaments, nights, sleeping, crying, and apparently I should have some pretty small balls, but I don't. That didn't go as well as I thought. Along with being a good father, I've always credited myself as being a somewhat decent husband. Which brings me to the story of my wife, who is very green and likes to recycle, and we don't like to use a lot of electricity in our house. We burn a ton of candles, but we are not Amish. But she has an uncanny thing I just cannot stand. She does not like to use the dryer. My wife will hang everything around our house, and it gets to the point of almost like we live in a Chinese laundromat. So I'm waiting that one day I come home and I walk through my back door and I hear ding dong, and a little Asian man will meet me at the back door. Excuse me, sir. What are you here for? I'm here to pick up. Wait a minute, this is my house. I'm not here to pick up anything. Oh, you have a ticket. Starch in your shorts. No, I don't have starch in my shorts. I live here, sir. Oh, hold on. Let me talk to the boss lady. Mr. Beck. Yeah, this a man here say he live with you. Oh, he do? Okay. Sir, come on in. Yes, sir, okay. This is definitely not going the way I planned. So much shit's firing off in my head and I can't think of anything. Well, let's do this. What we'll do is we'll talk about my youngest, because she brings the most comedy to my life. And we'll talk about a situation that I was told I shouldn't talk about by my wife, but I'm married, 10 years, I don't listen to her anyway, so what the hell. When they were younger, they were upstairs playing. And I go upstairs, and there's a silly little giggle coming from the one bedroom. And I walk in, and I see my youngest daughter on her back on her bed with her legs spread. And my older daughter has the Tickle Me Elmo, and she's rubbing it on my younger daughter's crotch. And I really think that is not what Tickle Me Elmo was meant to be. I really think that is not the whole concept of the Tickle Me Elmo. And I said, what are you doing, your sister? And she said, well, look, she likes it, Daddy. And I said, that's great, but your mother yelled at me when I tried it. Not with my daughter. Not with my wife. I tried it with my wife. I'm not a pedophile. Gotcha. Where am I going to go? I'll tell you a joke. And this joke about a cattle rancher who goes to the city and he finds himself this beautiful stack blonde. And he brings her back to the ranch. And he says to her, look, honey, I have to go into town, do a little business. But in a couple days, there's going to be a gentleman that's going to come out here. He's the inseminator. Now I'm going to put a nail. I'm going to put this nail over the stable of the cow that needs to be impregnated. So she's doing her thing in her house, takes a shower, there's a knock on the door. Opens the door. I am the inseminator. Come this way, sir. She walks through the stables, and she's looking along the top of the stables, and she sees the nail. And she says to the guy, this is the cow that needs to be inseminated. And he looks at her and goes, and how do you know that this is the cow? And she said, well, there's a nail over the stable. Well, really, what did the nail for? She goes, I don't know, to hang your pants on. Thank you, everybody. I had a nice day.